natural, when they cannot hold it again. But they always find a way to say, let's avert it. If it is possible, dialogue is part of process. Even if you want to protest and they say don't protest, but come and protest by coming to report to us face to face, it's still protest. When we went to the commissioner of police, we didn't go there to say we come to the party. We still protested, and we issued a protest letter that day. So it's still protest, and they had us. So gradually, they all know the truth now. They now see clearly that Mohbad was actually murdered. It wasn't that if the public can continue to persist like this, they know that the investigation that came, it was just injection. The public are not going to accept it. They know that something happened to Mohbad that is not natural, and it's not with just that injection. They know already. And they know that we know what we are asking for. But they are trying to manage crisis. It is better to manage crisis. But when the management is becoming too hypocritical, particularly on the side of the police and government, it always go out of hand. Sometimes they cannot stop it.
Okay, Mr. Yomi, I have one more question, sir. Sorry.
Right.
Now, in regards to the 3 seconds video, and there's a host in this Justice for Mohbad who is in possession of a video, and they are parading that it's the set 10-minute video that Adura was talking about. And now, in my opinion, if he is saying that he has the extension of that 3-second video, and don't you think the attention of the police should be called? You know, he should be called. He should be summoned, because he said he has it in his possession, and this is what you are asking the police to do forensic and bring out. Don't you think you should try and see if you can, even if you petition him or to have a word with him or something? Yeah.
Oh, okay. Let me answer you on that. First thing is this. Are you me? Whoever said he has it knows the right authorities to give it to. If a person has not given it to the right authorities and they didn't act on it, it means it never existed. It's just a decoy. So I'm not going to be asking the person to bring it to me, because I am not an authority. If a person brings it to me, I will still take it to where it will be useful. So if I'm writing based on that this person said he has it. If he called out and said, I only saw it, I don't have it, because I can't be taking whatever anybody say on social media too seriously. Not everybody, whatever they say, I'll take seriously. So there are too many decoys, too many distractions, tactics people are using. But if we have to believe the person that truly he has seen it, and we have to go further with that, I would only advise, like you asked, is that everybody should admonish the person. Can you just share it with the police, or share it with whoever you think can make good use of it? But certainly, I would prefer the person share it with the police and duplicate it with whoever, maybe his lawyer or anybody. That, please, how do I go about this without committing crime? You understand? But me, I have the reservation to say, okay, does he have it? Does he not have it? Is this somebody that is speaking the truth, or is not somebody that is not speaking the truth? I might choose to believe, I might choose not to believe. But advice can come. If you have it, genuinely, copy the police and copy whoever you think you want to share with that can, secure you without doing anything. So, in my own opinion, that's it. I don't know what else I can add to that one. You understand?
Okay. Can I add to Mr. Yomi's submission, please?
Go ahead, please.
Okay. That 3-second video that guy that is saying.
Mr. Yomi, good afternoon.
I'm going.
Okay.
Why I want you to let their protest to hold, because every protest carry a message, and the message is always well delivered and accepted, and not only by Nigerian police, a protest will also carry more awareness. People will know this thing is still alive. Some people are still asking questions. Some people are still demanding answers from what had happened to Mohbad. I will indulge you to work more on this protest and let that protest hold before they end the inquest. Before these people are still demanding for answers and they are not backing down anytime soon. Because Tabanikalo Nisuru dear, the inquest, 2 more inquests local, and after that inquest will be waiting for whatever they're going to be sending to the DPP. But before they will close that inquest, I would love to see, but I'll be part of it also. This piece of work, asking questions, asking.
That's why we're doing to be in the way of those going for that inquest. As a matter of fact, I also want to be part of that inquest so that people will know that there is nowhere or any time that we are against Corona inquest. But we are only angry that some certain things has been set down because when you look at it now, the real ingredient of the inquest, the original ingredient, what is shaitan? The one that they want to present now, which is the toxicology from the family, is the unconventional one. Tí wọ́n ṣe gbé wọlé pé àgbà tí ìjọba ẹ jẹ́ káwa lọ wá ṣe tiwa káwa fi prove a point. So let's picture that the family does not have money or they are not going to be going for family toxicology. That means the toxicology from the government and all the witnesses talk already, right? And we already can see clearly by ourselves. The key witnesses to this case totally give the proper direction and pathway to my the Corona inquest direction. And between you and I, up until now, our goal is to only keep anybody for now, which are the major ingredients the Corona inquest to very rely on. The extra one to very rely on, which is now the family toxicology. Listen, only the only lifeline to cool. So whatever we must have thought about the Corona inquest at arrangement at is already now we are being vindicated because we were not eyewitness. No property, no evidence to even refute any of the claims. Because evidence tani lọ́wọ́ tó máa sọ pé ohun tí Adura sọ òótọ́ ló sọ pé kò sẹ́ni tó rí Mohbad after 12. Kò sí evidence tó máa sọ pé ọ̀rọ̀ Adura òun ni irọ́ títí Wunmi lójú òótọ́. Kò sí evidence kankan tí wà before the judge, Corona judge. No lawyer brought anything contrary. Everybody is just coming to talk. Only people coming to talk. No evidence whatsoever. That's why eléyìí òun ni òótọ́. So but between you and I, kò sẹ́ni tó lè fọwọ́ sọ̀yà pé testimony Wunmi òun ni irọ́ àbí testimony Adura kò sí evidence kankan ta ní. So the only thing tó tẹ̀ tún lè jọmọ́ ta lè gbádùn òun náà ni toxicology.
Since time of Mr. Yomi, ẹnzari pele ekun fún yín. Since tó yẹ pé we have access to their CCT and we have what they had said at the court. At the put at our funeral CCT that were in court. I'm a people is one way or the other. Ṣé a lè gádà irú nǹkan bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn ni ká fi jẹ́ kí court mọ̀ pé ẹ wá o àwọn people yìí parọ́ o a fẹ́ kẹ́ ṣòótọ́. We want you to do the right thing according to this inquest. These people, you can even have it written up at the court jáde in contact with the CCT kìíní kan 34 lélẹ̀. Ele ó sọ pé 12 p.m. Ele sọ pé 1 p.m. Ele sọ pé 3 p.m. It means they are all lying. Maybe we should push this as a message. Let the whole world know what we are demanding for.
Sami Jojo, if you say they are all lying,
yes,
You want the judge to believe that all their talks is not in tandem. Where is the one that is going to corroborate the truth, Tatini?
But for the fact that gbogbo wọn parọ́ means pé since whatever they are saying now, they are contradicting themselves. Definitely, how do I put this message? Okay, eléyìí ń parọ́. Definitely, the court should stand that. Gbogbo wọn pátápátá kò sẹ́ni tó sòótọ́ nínú gbogbo wọn nìyẹn.
If you understand, ìkọ́nu wọn sòótọ́, ìkọ́nu wọn likely kò máa sòótọ́, but kò sí evidence tí wọ́n fi sọ pé òótọ́ lélẹ̀ sọ irọ́ lélẹ̀ pa for now. Maybe tí toxicology ti family bá jáde tó bá sọ time tí bóyá luckily tó bá sọ date ìjọ tí Mohbad kú tó sọ time tó kú ìyẹn la máa fi mọ̀ bóyá ṣé testimony àdúrà ló tọ́ àbí títí Wunmi àbí ti nurse. Ṣé àwọn tí toxicology bá gbé yá I don't know, but my own opinion maybe ṣe gbọ́ pé if the toxicology is well done tó ṣe dáadáa unlikely kò gbé date ìjọ tí Mohbad kú at the time. So if the toxicology comes out and say Mohbad died on the 11th, tó dẹ̀ sọ time tó kú, tó sọ nǹkan tó pa gangan pé maybe it is broken neck or loss of blood, certainly then the testimony of Adura subsists is the truth. Then the testimony of the nurse is fake, because that means the nurse who claimed Mohbad died on the 12th, or when they treated Kotodopoku few minutes, means that the nurse testimony is a lie. The judge can now say, based on this testimony, I am saying, which is an expert's opinion. Shetty, you understand, Mr. Jojo, and people listening. So, in Kwayokoto put a lifeline here, because Bubu Koto and Lenzi Kosi. So, that is the only thing they mean bad rock with color over. Tori Kosi, my Feshi Wala, Tabani any evidence, that is Corona Inquest. It is to prove our case beyond reasonable doubt. But any visual evidence and a direct testimony. But tell you about Kosuno Kini.
Mr. Yomi, good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
Yes, sir. My boss. Good afternoon, everyone here. I just quickly want to make a summation and drop. Now, the Corona Inquest is another thing. And the 3-second video, the text message is another thing. To my own best opinion, I am thinking we can still do the protest for that 3 days. The first day, we go to the station. The second day, we all can move to the Corona Inquest and come back. Then we continue. And the third day, we round up. Because
God bless you. That is a very nice one.
And if we are changing it now, if we want to change the date or anything, it's going to affect so many things. Like for next upper week, there will be an holiday for the Easter festival and all that. It's taking a long time. So to me, I think we should go ahead with the protest. Thank you for my submission. God bless you all.
It's a very lovely one. God bless you.
Okay, I'm going to go opinion learning. On the protest, because if we agree, normally, if we all agree that it should go on, the right procedure is that on the Okweju on the 8th, on the 9th, I have to be with the Commissioner of Police to finally ratify and get the full approval that yes, we are doing this and I'm here to speak to you on it. But most times, if you don't do that, if you go by your notifying them, protest, but they might say, okay, they want to start arresting 1 or 2 persons for unlawful gathering, and at the end of the day, the public they might detain us for 1 or 2 days and say, we are warning you. Go back, go to your house. Detaining, arresting people like us in the cause of justice or struggle is not a bad thing. Or it's not a bad thing. Though this terrible set of people, they might jubilate on that. But to an activist, to a justice fighter, It's part of the drill. But the fact remains that if eventually Tabashi, Toba detain the Kokonwa, Tosopoki is an unlawful guardian of Oxy, Toba release will be 2 days after. Abortion Sheko the power comige, because at the end of the day, we might not be able to go, some of us might not be able to go and attend the corona inquest, or it might even turn out that most of us will miss the corona inquest, and then the third day, anything could happen. Because, you know, whatever it is, we are prepared for it, but we have to look at, okay, let's minimize our, you know, our deficiencies. What are going to be the deficiencies and the bad debt? There's always need for us to pay provision for bad debt. So Taba Susi, but you the clash balloon commit to my to need pay attention. Might push it down. So let me show you ka soon. Ka try to see to make sense. I'm going to go by it because the police officers, they spoke to us in a very clear terms that yes, we are working, and don't you think you need to give us a little more time while we complete our job? If we don't do it, that is when you can protest. But we're not saying you don't have right to, but I don't want us to engage in something that will look counterproductive. Okay. So,
sir, going to the court is not the one going to the court is not a protest. We are just going to attend.
Okay, Nemoli is saying, what if they do a sham job? That's why you have to look at. That's why you have to look at the letter of protest. I posted it on my page. What is expected? If they want to go by that Damola saying, I sent that confession, I sent the 3 seconds video. There is no way they will look at the whole bundle and the Damola will not be charged for murder, conspiracy to commit murder, obstruction of justice, tampering with homicide evidence, tampering with dead body, and so other things. But of course, when it gets to that stage, you know it's going away forever. Because there is no way a judge will look at you and say, you have the effrontery. You claim you have a video of how Mohbad was pushed and he hit his head on the floor. And now, you are now having the effrontery to say, you've deleted it so that they will not see it. That means you are covering up for a murderer, or you are even part of the murderer. So, the judge can say, for this reason, I'll put the burden and the weight and the burden of proof on you that you are responsible for what took the person's life, based on the fact that there was bleeding profusely and you didn't allow us to see it, so that you can be able to punish whoever that played the role. So it looks like you know what you're doing, and then you go and suffer for it. Not about Babuya be 60 years, I'll be 70 years more, 8 years, one late. So I should judge Lavia. So Shagiri no Kuyon Wàhàla. Oh, sorry, if no, if I change you. I'm sorry. So let's wait and see. In my own opinion,
this I beg mute Jare.
Oh, actually, deliberately. Okay, we should see the toxicology result before protesting. Yes, I will support that too. Let's wait. Force wow. But in my own opinion, nothing will be affected. Taba shift date here. There is no time we want to protest that we can't protest. It's not going to be too late. So if you push it a week and a half or 2 more. I to allow you to prepare that because as we speak now, boya what to want no foundation boya going to 200,000 to shekule. Boya going to send the consumer.
Leo, please, are you through with your question, Leo?
So that's it. Naimoli, can ask a question. Why is Naimoli not up?
Bring him now.
Question again. Sorry, I don't know if I'm audible.
You are.
Okay. Mr. Yomi, sorry, I know that the case between Adura and Damola is in court. Now, you see, I know that you believe your fears are shifted. And I just want to know if there has been proof, because I know that you said it has to be proven beyond reasonable doubt that it was Damola before you can believe that it was him. I just want to confirm if that has been established that it was indeed Damola that chatted with you. That's just
All right. All right, thank you. Number one, the case in Ogba Magistrate Court borders on impersonation, the fraud, and all of that. It did not touch on the homicide confession and the evidence or the content of that homicide evidence. That is not the case in Ogba Magistrate Court. And that is where the police in Panti, who are dealing with the homicide matter, wants to unravel now. So, at the moment, Damola is again insisting that if you have to investigate this homicide evidence, the confession, and the content of the homicide stuff. Now, I want to tell you that you won't find anything because I have deleted that homicide evidence. I am holding it for what he said. Because that way, the world must know that somebody is trying to say he did this terrible thing. So that when the police will now come out and say that person is free to go, the world can know that, how? The case in Ogba is different. The homicide confession that Mohbad was pushed and he hit his head on the floor has not been investigated. And it's not what the police that took the case to Ogba investigated. That the video of how Mohbad was pushed and he hit his head on the floor was not the case in Ogba. They have not investigated it. They said they are not interested in that. So if now that they are investigating it, one Damola is actually insisting that this particular one, because immediately he denies that, it will maintain, then the goalpost will shift to Adura. This person said he never wrote that, he never sent that. That means you did. But now that investigation has started, as we speak, he is saying he is the one. And police, I can't change that. I will be quoting what he said. And will be telling him the consequence of that. Pending the final investigation of the police to say, you, Damola, even the case in Ogba, you lied. You were not the one that committed that crime. Even the one that we now investigated, we have now come out to realize that you were only trying to also deceive the police. You are not even the one that did it. We have concluded and confirmed that the original person that sent the stuff to Yomi is Adura. Police, when they bring that up, simple thing here. Then the fact that he made attempt to deceive the police by making them to think he did it and they charge him to court, and he want them to make them believe that he was also the one that sent the video and he deleted it. The moment they realize he has committed another serious grievous offense. So, Kosibito Yisi, but police in town, they want to establish by way of forensic investigation if truly he did it or he is trying to take the fall. If he did it, there are some certain things that will be needed. Adura. I don't want to go into details of that. Immediately they find out that, oh, if this thing does not exist, that means your idea that you were the one that accessed the phone and the pattern and the procedure is not available. That means you were lying. You only use mouth to say you did it. Because this thing is as clean as it is. And then they will charge him for all the crimes he committed for deceiving the police and trying to take the fall for a crime he never committed. It's also a grievous, serious offense. And then conspiracy to here. And then wanted that weapon as Adura. So if they find it, then we'll come back. Update here, it is now been confirmed that Damola Inde did not commit any crime. He was not the one that impersonated me. Then they will create new charges against him and they might even take away the case in Ogba. Call the slam lori Adura pada, and they return it back to the original load carrier. So whatever drama they have done, everything, then it goes back to Adura. So that's just it. I'm not changing my position. I am only updating as we progress. Because and each attempt, we must be attacking it holistically the way it should be according to the law until the final truth is established. Do you not understand?
Okay, yeah, I understand. I also want to ask again, because the day after, the day you guys went to Fancy with Damola and all of that, he came out and made some defamations against you.
Please, let's do that to Uncle Yomi. Ever you give to Uncle Yomi a job, go easy at his sorrow.
You can also include that to his charges, to the case you have with him. I don't know if you have, because I had a 3 months it was on Instagram. So
no, I have it too. When I read through it, yes. I read through it, there is nothing that can be used directly because he didn't mention my name. So, I know for sure he's trying to refer to me, but he was clever enough not to mention my name.
He tagged your handle as well, sir.
You don't understand. He could tag me for me to read. Yeah. That doesn't mean he is directing it to me. So between us, as a layman, our social media gossip, I know he's referring to me, but under the law, it's not even tenable. I'm being honest with you. If it is tenable, I won't even tell you before I put it in the stuff and send it to the police. You understand? So bold enough. That is sort of let me mention your Fabi's name direct, because immediately I will pack those things up and send it to the police, and something serious will be used against him. So he's still a coward. He's talking in indirect format, so it's still okay for him. You understand?
Okay, all right, understand.
Thank you.
I want to ask a question. Yeah, is it a question like a suggestion? Now, some people have been so excited with some skits. I will call it a skit because the video, they cannot release it to the public. They said it's nothing serious. If it's nothing serious, you should be able to bring it out to shut the 3 seconds that you claim is not the 3 seconds, or the claim is old video. Now, I'm thinking, is it possible that you have a PI work with the...
Me, I'm just trying
to... I'm just asking you, leave Iron Lady, leave her Supreme. I'm trying to ask you, do you think there is substantive evidence? Do you think there is substantive evidence to show that Prime Boy actually fought Mohbad at the show? And why do you think the DPP advised that the court, that Prime Boy should be exonerated from this matter?
Based on what? Do they have a reason?
No, I'm asking for DPP advising the court.
Yeah, for DPP advising the court, based on what?
Yes. Based on the fact that...
Is it based on the fact that the police have changed? I want to answer you now.
Why do you think the DPP advised the court?
I want to answer you now. Okay. Now, we just heard that the DPP have advised the court to eliminate the possible cause of Mohbad from coming from Prime Boy or Naira Marley and Sam Larry, or those that bullied him, accepted. Now, I'm asking this question now, that the advice they gave to the magistrate court, it was based on what? Based on what evidence? Is it based on the evidence that the police have changed their first narrative that this guy sustained an injury from punching so vehicle and allegedly got bled profusely, so thing happened? Do they eliminated that as the police authority come back to change that statement in the public? Would you say that is no? Because I'm asking, why would the DPP say we exonerate, we remove possible cause from coming from Prime Boy, Naira Marley, because they were not in the house, and you still haven't given us another narrative that would corroborate this advice you are giving out. That is where I'm different, and I need an explanation from anybody.
Okay, that means you're not clear with the DPP advising the court. Okay, you know, we're trying to analyze, to look at some situations. Okay, try to nail Prime Boy through our analysis. Okay, reasonably and unreasonably, it does not make sense. Reasonably, it will have made sense if
mi ò tẹ̀ ẹ̀dẹ́ ni ẹ rí àmúdẹ̀ wá sọ̀rọ̀ pé sórí ò pé mọ́ mi ìlérí àbí kéèyàn kan block ẹ̀ èmi kọ́ ni zone 2 làwà tí ń ṣe mo dẹ̀ ń gbọ́ why you always kema course yan this is not the first time òun ni kẹ́ bá wí you should not comment on me that pretty brat maybe there are two but I saw that comment if you are not the one I'm sorry this one here that one mo rí ní orí kiri Fàbónì ìjọ tí mo sọ pé
wọ́n ní kò ṣe yẹn in fact sherry okay
lórí Fàbónì post ni mo ti rí pretty part ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀ ní méjì ń sìn how will I know it's 2 or 3 ó láti sọ pé ó ní òṣìlẹ̀ ń ṣe ṣe mọ̀ ẹ bá náà tíjọ́ tí mo sọ pé àwọn critical kìíní èmi announce ara mi as secretary Fàbónì lọ gbé sórí post ẹ̀ then this pretty part jọ ṣe òṣìmàlẹ̀ ń ṣe níbẹ̀ yẹn mo fi ní mo máa ń rí pretty part yìí. So if you are not the one, maybe someone close your name for you. I'm sorry, but zone 2 lawa, no way. Every time they are all challenging.
No, mo ṣàlàyé zone 2. Let it slide. What I will do is I will address
my voice, okay?
I will address Mommy Gibe. I will address zone 2 lawa. Shotiyin and she stop.
The other one, I'm sorry. Only my job, but I saw the name. I'm really sorry.
Zone 2 lawa. Timati, in fact. Tí zone 2 làwà tó bá ti comment or táwọn èèyàn bá ti comment somehow tí wọ́n ti ní no ẹ má comment bẹ́ẹ̀ zone 2 làwà ó tẹ̀dẹ̀ máa ń gbọ́ so kò ẹ má worry èmi máa bá zone 2 làwà sọ.
That's not the same thing Rangers ti block ó kìlọ̀ fún rina why must it so kò ṣe pé fún Yomi lẹ́yìn àti ìlànà ni kọ́ ẹ̀yà sọ fún kó má tà sí mi that's it.
mi ò kàn tí ì rí náà tẹ́mi bá rí tí mo bá rí bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn I will caution her and maybe she will tell me the reason why she did so.
I'm sorry I don't know you are two ẹni yẹn lọ bú wa lórí kinní ni.
Mọ́mí kọ́sì ẹjọ́ mo fẹ́ sọ fún pa zone 2 làwà you need to be careful àwọn comment mi ó máa wà too harsh okay and you always come to my DM the other day the way you comment about Wura Bumi is uncalled for and I waited maybe you're going to change it and you repeat that comment that's why I block you. Oh, let's typo ni you can't say that I need the láti lajú wá sílẹ̀. I don't know you but you always be on our platform but èmi mo máa observe. You need to know what but you said Wura Bumi olórí burúkú and you repeated that comment. That is not typo. I will try all eyes on his comments. So I'll try to.
Nípa ọ̀rọ̀ zone 2 làwà yẹn ni pé to me kò ń ṣe anti-justice. Dúró ti pẹ́ tí mo ti máa ń rí comment dáadáa every platform wa ni mo dẹ̀ ti máa ń rí point 1 point 2 bó ṣe wà yẹn ó ti ta sí mi rí gẹ́gẹ́ bí ọ̀rọ̀ madam Yeti tó sọ pé mọ́mí ìlérí olúwa why are you not always opening your camera? Ó attack mi nígbà kan. Ó tó bí ẹ̀mẹ́ta ọ̀tọ̀ọ̀tọ̀ tó attack mi rí. Tó máa sọ pé why are you not opening your camera? Open your camera, mommy, ìlérí Olúwa. But ọjọ́ kan mo wá dá lóhùn mo ní, don't you ever ask me to open my camera again because I've not seen you coming up on the panel. Ó dẹ̀ stop ẹ̀ láti gbà mí tó rí pé ó tún attack mi mọ́. So ó máa ń ṣe kinní yẹn sometimes, but most of the time positive comment mo máa rí. So mi lè use yẹn against ẹ pé she's anti-justice. But ká ní pé ẹlòmíì lọ́jọ́ yẹn ó máa gbà síbi náà wọ́n máa ṣépè fún ni. So mo rí pé èèyàn kan tó jẹ́ pé at times bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe ló máa ń over joke pẹ̀lú èèyàn ni o àbí kankan ni o I don't just know why. So mi wá lè use yẹn against.
Wọ́n ti erépa ẹ̀ le.
Mọ́mí ìdílé Olúwa mọ́mí rí àná.
Nǹkan tó fẹ́ try àti point out sí.
Nǹkan tẹ́mi kàn fẹ́ sọ ni pé ó ní nǹkan tí mọ́mí yé ti sọ pé it's a typo pé àwọn ṣe mistake ni. Whatever it is, ẹni tó ń ṣe tó jẹ́ Zone 2 la wà. Ó ti gbọ́ gbogbo ọ̀rọ̀ yẹn sí i. Tó bá ti kọ kọ́mẹ̀ntì ẹ̀ kó máa kà á kó tó post ẹ̀. Then láti gbà tèmi ti ń rí kọ́mẹ̀ntì ẹ̀ tèmi ń rí o. Mi ì rí bí anti-justice. Ẹ dẹ̀ jẹ́ kó slide ká continue láti máa ṣe nǹkan tá à ń ṣe.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni màá but 1.5 million àti 1 million.
Mọ́mí Comfy ẹ jọ máa mọ́mí Kẹ́ni.